learn to think like your customer, then you can probably help them solve the problems. Because, you know, when we look for buying a product or service, what do we look for? We look for something that solves a problem for us, don't we? Or something we'd like to have. So many of the customers we've worked with over the years, I've had for more than 10 years. And one of the clients that I had right when I first started my business was a little company in the cable business. They were called Capital Cable. A couple of locations in Canada. And so when we met with them, how I met them was at a function out in Stony Plain. Some of you probably know where Stony Plain is or been there. And there's a lady standing here with a microphone. And it's pouring rain outside. And I walked up just because nobody was talking to her. They're all under their umbrellas or hiding. And I said, so what brings you out here? And she says, well, I'm a news reporter with the cable company. And I said, I'm live and I need somebody to talk to. There was nobody around. So she's live on news and nobody to talk to. So I started talking to her and she asked me what I did and so on and so forth. That led me to meeting another fellow who worked for the cable company at an association. And we talked. And he says, you know, he says, I have a real problem. He says, I've been put into this area where they want to do a thing called an annual report. So are you familiar with annual reports? It's a financial report for a public company. And he says, I know nothing about doing this. He said, do you know anything about it? And I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. So we connected up, and he said, can you come down and meet me at my office? And we sat down and talked for a little bit. And he says, here's my problem. He says, we've got these shareholders that put millions of dollars of money into building this company, and the accountant in the company wants to send out a financial statement photocopied to the people that are investing. And I said, let me understand this correctly. You've got people who put millions of dollars into your company to build this company and start to grow it. And you want to send them a photocopied financial statement to tell them at the one time of the year you're going to communicate with them what you're doing. The guy says, yeah. And I said, and that includes printing and mailing. And he said, yeah. And I said, well, I don't think you want to do that. And he says, why is that? I said, well, think about this. These are the people that are investing in the future of your company. So think about your customers. They're investing in you because you're going to help them grow their business. And you're going to send them a photocopied financial statement. And expect that they're going to stay as investors. So we talked for a little bit, and I said, you know, what you really need to do is provide some information that tells them where the future of the company is going, the idea behind the company, the customers you serve, and the market you serve. Would that make sense? And he said, yeah. He says, what would that cost? And I said, well, let me work out some numbers, we'll get together. And we took that to the chief, or the second in command in the company. And he says, oh, well, this is a lot more than we wanted to spend. And I said, exactly. But I said, think about the people that are investing. What do they want to see? And he says, yeah, you're right. We did that. And 10 years later, we were still working with them to produce that. The budget had almost quadrupled at that point. But the thing that was most important is the people invested in his company, the people that were his customers, sent letters to the president of the company and said, this is the best annual report that I've seen. Tremendous growth in the company. Love what you're doing. Tell me what's going on next. We look forward to next year's report. And these were not just little guys with a couple of $1,000s to invest. These were presidents of major companies sending letters to say how they appreciate getting that information. Now, if you could do that with your customers, you could convince your customers where you're going in your business and what you're doing, and have them along for the journey, and have them happy to pay you for the services. Would that make sense? Would that be something that you'd invest in? Sure. And think about this. Today, you're investing your time. Now, I'm hoping at the end of this session today that you'll walk out of here with at least one new idea that you can apply in what you do that will improve your business, improve your relationships with not only your customers, the people that send you money, but with the customers internally in your organization. So the people you work with are also customers. If they like showing up for work, guess what? They're gonna do a good job, aren't they? How about your suppliers? They're also customers, aren't they? Because if they like working for you, they're gonna work and meet deadlines, they're gonna help you do a good job, and so on. So they're your customers as well. So at the end of today, I'm hoping that you will walk out of here with at least one idea that you can apply in your job, maybe more. And if you write that down, and you take it back to your shop, take it back to your work environment, and you try it, and you actually work at it, then what I'd like you to do at the end of that is to measure it and see what the outcome is, see how you do. Because once you measure things, you know where you can improve, and you know what you want to change. Does that make sense? How many are willing to do that?